Forever by Staci Tomblin. The scene opens with Anton and Olga sitting across from each other in their drawing room. The room is warm and worn in. Olga knows in a book. The audience might be able to read that it is Shakespeare's Hamlet. Anton studying away at his previous writings, hoping to find something in his pages to stop his current block in creativity. His desk also contains many photos of the people he loves. Olga stands up, yawns, closes her book, and approaches Anton.
You know, Anton, we don't get many nights like this.
I'm aware.
Looking at all the photos on his desk.
Wow. Look at Vera and I, 7 years ago at the opening of the Seagull. Constantine, your mother and your sister, they look so lovely in that photo. And your family, every single one of them has the same eyes, symbolic of your connection.
Uh-huh.
She knows he is clearly distracted and tries anything.
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnest mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and green spots as will not be their taint.
Dejected, she hopes one day he will remember they are in a long-distance marriage.
Well, Anton, I'm off to bed. Try not to lose yourself in your work. Remember, this isn't even your day job.
As she walks away, he blows her a kiss.
Olga,
She turns and looks back at him.
how long are you staying this time?
I'm here for 3 more days. My play is in a week's time, and I will need to travel.
She glances at him, thinking something is off, but she can't quite place it.
There's a lot to get done in such a short amount of time. We need to show our gratitude to those who attended our wedding, begin to organize our belongings, and pay a visit to your mother and your sister at their estate.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember. Sorry, the thoughts in my head are just so jumbled right now. I know there's something in these pages. I need to find it.
Anton, one last thing.
He looks at her this time.
Yes?
What are you looking for?
A moment passes, and Anton looks away.
For my next thing. I can feel it. My legacy, it's here.
Olga heads off to bed, and Anton continues to tussle through his papers. His work begins to slow down, and he may be off in a daze now. He begins to read aloud from his play, The Seagull.
My father and his wife don't let me come here. They say it's bohemian. That's good. Bad. No good. Who needs structure? They're afraid I'll become an actress. Yeah, no. But it's the lake that draws me here, like a seagull. My heart, it's full of you.
All of a sudden, he feels a tap on his shoulder and sees Vera.
Vera.
No, Nina.
Nina. Like Nina.
Pointing to the page he had just been reading, she nods her head.
What? Why are you here?
I'm here to help you. You're really looking for something? So let's find it.
Pointing to his head.
It's in there somewhere.
Anton sits in awe of her standing there with him.
Let's start with what you have open right there.
She looks and realizes it's one of her own lines.
All right. Well, starting with what I know best. Me. You have written me to exist not in the extremes, but in between them.
What extremes are you referring to?
The extremes being an ego-filled woman and a love-driven one as well. You couldn't decide if I was like every other woman or a woman with a mind of her own. Which, if you didn't know, every woman has a mind of her own.
People live in a binary that applies to you as well. I spend all my time observing. I watch people. I see how they are. I know how they are. I write what experiences to be true. And you can't change that.
When you observe women, then you must see how they spend all of their life according to men.
Anton is stunned by her ability to speak that aloud.
You write about how brothels are disgusting, and that you can't fathom that men would do this to women, yet you still wrote me to become a prostitute in some way. Was that me failing as a woman, or men failing me?
Like I said, I observe. I see how it is, and I write it that way. And I stand by that. You were just a female character that fit inside a box.
A box?
Okay. Not so loud. You'll wake my wife.
He sees Olga walking into the room. He gives a demeaning side-eye to Nina.
Olga. Honey. Why are you up?
He hopes she can't see Nina, or maybe he hopes she can.
I'm sorry, I think you're confused. I'm Irina.
She motions to the play sitting on his desk.
What's going on here? I'm so lost. Why does this keep happening?
He puts his hand on his head and thinks. Nina turns to Irina.
He's looking for his next thing. And when I got here, he was reading one of my lines. and I guess I am sort of questioning him on why he writes women the way he does. He says it is based on observation. However, that observation is interesting when the women in his life are so important to him and he knows they are capable.
I do not see the issue. What would you do differently?
Write them to be the interesting people you know they are, not what society wants them to be.
What?
Yeah, you wrote Nina to only want to be loved. You wrote me to only want my beauty back. And you wrote Masha to mourn for her life. All that sounds pretty cliche to me. You say you observe. You know that every being on this earth is complex.
Masha?
Irina and Nina motion at him to turn around, and he sees his sister Maria sitting in a chair keeping to herself.
Maria, what are you doing here?
Suddenly, this has all hit him in the gut.
I'm sorry, it's Masha.
I don't understand why you are here. I have lived my entire life without these voices in my head telling me how to write. I have made success, and this isn't even my day job.
The women share a look.
You women don't realize how progressive I am. At least I didn't write you to be housewives who are nothing more than making babies and cooking meals. I gave you aspirations.
Aspirations that were sold out to the sorrows of life.
That right there.
To be fair, who really has a successful ending in this piece? Not Constantine, and he is a man.
Nina picks up a paper off his desk and begins to read.
You talk of fame and happiness, of some brilliant, interesting life, but for me, all these pretty words, if I may say so, are just like marmalade, which I never eat. You are very young and very kind, but I don't know what is so delightful about my life. You have heard of obsessions when a man is haunted day and night, say, by the idea of the moon or something. I've got my moon. Day and night, I am obsessed by the same persistent thought. I must write.
Okay, I wrote it. You don't need to use any of my words against me, and my words are already torturing me with your presence. Regardless, that is Gregorian's line. A man.
What do you have to say about him?
What do you want me to say? That he is inspired by me? Well, yes, he is. I can take that.
And what in your life has influenced us?
Anton looks up, crosses his arms, and sighs.
The woman in my life,
Do you love them?
obviously.
Then what leads you to write them the way you do? If not societal standards and what people want to read, you, a person, have proven time and time again that you care for the woman in your life. If you want a legacy that lasts for more than 6 years after your death, you have to get this right.
Okay, here is a bit of a white flag for you. You did write me to go against societal norms, which is feminist of
Thank you.
But that doesn't change the restraints you still put on us as characters. You can argue that I was the motif of your piece, but that paints a beautiful picture, not a complex one.
Anton turns his head a new direction because he just heard something he wouldn't have expected.
Women, they live in conjunction with you. They exist in the same sphere as you. We have dreams, goals, and desires the same as you.
We are more than people who just want to be loved. I am in mourning because no one will love me and I am an alcoholic. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, I want more for my life. I'm stuck here. That's why I would want to be in mourning.
It's silly that I would want to be successful in a man's story, right? I do know that none of us really have ideal lives. That's Bohemia, isn't it?
But of course,
It's a man's story.
What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, it's a man's story. Sorry I had the education and ability to do this and you didn't. Maybe if you guys could write your own story, you would, but you can't.
Well, that's just it. Men for centuries past and future will continue to write women, and they will do it however they please. To male authors, women typically fit into 3 areas: objectification, lacking knowledge, or exist only by being tethered to a man. Everyone here knows that women exist beyond those bounds, including you. Women have wanted to be a part of this conversation for so long. They have wanted to say, hey, I am worth more than a romantic interest. I have more to me than my body. I am completely capable of doing great things. And it's not even that men like you do this on purpose, because you have clearly shown us that you are writing us based on real life experience. But we girls exist in the way you see us, because you continue to put us in that box.
This box doesn't only exist in the stories. I hope someone as smart as you can realize that the way you write about women is going to continue to influence the way women are seen for generations to come. We are trapped in this structure.
You have a mother, sisters, and a wife who all deserve to have a voice in the world. And I know somewhere deep down you believe that.
You can write as many plays and short stories as you want, but one thing that is undeniable is that you wrote me as the seagull, and you should know best of all people that men just shoot us down and end it all for us right there on the ground. Our lives come to an end because we are put into the box and shut in. You have to realize that women are not across the river. They are making monumental changes right in front of you every single day. If your next big thing isn't writing women in a new way, then I don't know what is.
The three women grab hands and begin to fade off into nothingness. We see Anton standing. He has no idea what has just happened to him or how to feel about it. He looks around, confused as hell. After a moment passes, he sits back at his desk. He picks up his papers again. As he reads them, his head begins to fall and he dozes off. Olga walks down the stairs and sees Anton asleep on his desk, papers sprawled everywhere. However, she notices that the photos on his desk have been moved around. The photo of herself and Vera from the premiere of The Seagull has been moved forward, and she sees a photo of him, his mother, and his sister next to it. This brings a smile to her face. She lightly taps his shoulder.
Anton, honey, it's time to wake up.
Anton springs up.
Olga,
Yeah, it's me. Are you okay?
more than okay.
He brings her in for a hug.
Well, someone is in a good mood. Did you find what's going to make your legacy live on last night?
He thinks for a second, recalling all of last night's events.
No. No. Still looking.